Right now, our topic is MSNBC, Fox News. Are they really two sides of the same coin? You hear a lot of people make that point, that Fox News and MSNBC, they just cancel each other out if you want a right-lean spin or a left spin. Well, here's Bob Beckel. Bob Beckel is on the 5, that show that replaced Glenn Beck, right? So they got rid of Glenn Beck, yay, and they replaced him with 5 Glenn Becks, yay. And so Bob Beckel, famous for running the Dukakis campaign, I don't know if he did that, but he should have. That's how shitty he is. Here he is. He had something to say about the MSNBC versus Fox.
I think people should come on here. More liberals ought to come here. I've been fighting for this since I've been here. I think it's a good, wide audience that they ought to talk to. Do I think that there is some bias in some of our people on some of those shows? Sure. Do I think there is on the other side? Absolutely. I mean, you can't go to MSNBC and listen to that and not say that there is some bias on the other side.
Now, John, let me go to you on this. So what do you say to Bob Beckel that the Fox News and MSNBC, they basically just cancel each other out, right?
No. Fox News are liars.
Come on. No, you're just saying that because you're a liberal.
No, I don't say that. I'm telling you that that's a fact, that they are lying to their audience, and they do it consistently. And
so now, how do you make that point without it sounding?
How do I?
Because they make the same point. They'll say the same thing about MSNBC. They'll say they're just lying.
Would rather.
So do you have a fact or a figure of anything that can help cement that point?
Yeah, they're liars. Every day. I have a lot of interest. I'll show you another little chart that I made. I really did. Okay, so look, they talk about how, look, over at Fox, they talk about how that there's some mainstream media that is not talking to their audience. Okay, look, this is a chart that shows the United States presidential election, right? And the red are the counties in the United States that voted Republican. The blue are the counties that voted Democrat.
And what does this tell us?
This tells us that, look where Republicans live. They live everywhere. They live in places where you think that you can't get media. But guess what? You can get media in Wyoming and in the middle of the country over here. There's media everywhere. And they're getting it and they're voting. And it's not like that there aren't people listening. What they're hearing is, oh, we don't like that. We want there to be, we want gays to be able to marry one another. We want Mexicans to be able to come to our country and find a way to become citizens.
So you're saying, how does this relate to?
They want there to be fewer shootings at schools, and they would like there to be some controls on the kinds of weapons that we're giving people.
Okay.
And the
How
folks
does this
over
relate
at Fox,
to our conversation with Fox and MSNBC?
They are liars who are trying to, seriously, they're trying to, their interest is in selling you cash for gold.
That you've just
exactly. They are they're misrepresenting the data. They're keeping information from their audience at the interest of turning your cash into gold. And those are the things that interest them. Seriously, that operation is run to do that.
To people like us, go ahead, Ed.
And by the way, I was going to say the other thing that's kind of interesting is, where did Rush Limbaugh come before he became a big radio host? Do you know his background?
I know he was
a sports announcer.
Oh, okay.
In San Diego.
And?
He's an actor.
Yes.
He's acting.
An entertainer.
Yes. Howard Stern. These people are actors.
Yes.
So what are they doing? They're playing. They're taking.
Let's get back to the idea of MSNBC. Now, see, that bothers me when people make that assessment, because what I say is that Fox News regularly, like John says, regularly misinforms their audience on purpose. MSNBC, while they might spin it, they don't misinform. They still stick to facts, and they might be in the tank for Obama or something like Al Sharpton is. But what do you say to people who make that false equivalence?
Well, I think yeah, there is bias. Journalists are human beings. They have bias, but only one of those networks makes shit up.
Yes, that would be.
And that's kind of where we're talking about here. When we talk about that, they lie about facts, they misrepresent the data, they misrepresent
Shirley Sherrod, I think, would be the perfect example of what happens at Fox News.
Look, what they want to do, you can either curse the dark or light a candle, right? At Fox, they want to curse the dark. At MSNBC, they're like, well, okay, we want fire. Oh, but fire could injure some people, so we're going to get some regulations to protect people. And and now we want matches. Oh, who are going to make them? Oh, it's going to be made by Chinese kids in a factory. Oh, that's not going to be such a great idea, right? That kind of TV and that kind of thinking and that kind of thoughtfulness takes time, and it makes for shitty television.
But it's off the top.
And cursing the dark, though, is great television.
Yes.
What happens to somebody who's a reporter and then all of a sudden gets hired by Fox News and then goes through their brainwashing program. What is your opinion about people that are on television and then now they get hired?
They just. I'm blanking on the guy's name. He just left Fox News. Now he's working for CBS. What's that guy?
Major Garrett.
Major Garrett. I just heard him on CBS radio. I'm like, that guy used to work for Fox. Now he's here. So that's why the other news media doesn't get together. Remember when Barack Obama was trying to get Fox News out of the press room, and all the other media stood up for them? And I think that was a big mistake. You have to go, no, this isn't about an ideal. This is complete. This isn't news. This is like you have to stand up against the National Enquirer, but they didn't. So I mean, the reason why they didn't is because they all know that there's a very good chance that each and every one of them will get a job at Fox at some point down the line, and they don't give a shit. And that's the bigger problem, I think, when people go, oh, Fox and MSC cancel each other out. You know what the problem is? That the Republicans and Democrats are beholden to the same people, and that the MSNBC is only allowed to give you as much truth before it starts to piss off a defense contractor. If Rachel Maddow said something that actually cut into the profits of the defense contractor or a bank or the bank, they would get rid of her immediately, but she doesn't do anything that cuts into their profits. And what the corporations have realized how to do is make money off the scared lizard-brained conservatives and make money off the liberals who think that they're also getting something, but they're not really. If they were saying anything at MSNBC that actually upset the apple cart, that fucking station would go black. But it's not. So that's what's wrong with that station.
Because news is entertainment.
Well, and also, of course, porn is entertainment, which is probably why porn is a lot more successful than any news media. So, Fox perpetuates that entertainment.
It doesn't say that it's news.
No, it does. That's true. But I would also point out that on a head-to-head comparison, side-by-side, so on a side-by-side comparison, it doesn't track. MSNBC has a conservative on 5 days a week for 3 hours every morning. There is no equivalent on Fox News. MSNBC has actual reporters. So does Fox, but they're not really allowed to report on actual news. So.
The opposite to Fox. You are correct, Desi. But I would say the opposite to Fox isn't MSNBC. The opposite to Fox is Cenk Uygur and the Young Turks, or Amy Goodwin in Democracy Now!
Well, I would think that actually is an insult to Cenk and to Amy Goodwin, because they're actual reporters and actual journalists who have actual authentic facts to offer. They don't, let's say, manipulate those.
Opposite.
Oh, yeah, I thought you said they were equivalent.
No,
I'm
the
sorry.
opposite.
My mistake.
Is there any?
Okay, I got to wrap it up. We're up against.
I just wanted to say something bad about Karl Rove. I wanted to say something bad about Karl Rove on election night, right? Why is he sitting there on election night going, hold on, I think this thing's going to go different? It's because he's beholden to lots of guys who he lied to, right? And said, look, this thing's in the bag. Keep paying your money, right? Because if the thing goes south now, next time he comes to ask for them for a bunch of millions and millions of dollars, they're going to be like, Karl, hold on, we paid you millions and millions of dollars last time, and you didn't get our boy elected. And now you want our money again. They're going to go find a different guy, maybe somebody who's going to be have more integrity and more honesty.
Good luck.